𝗪𝗂𝗀𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗀𝗃.
The solution is we have no fear. If we had no fear, we'd be impossible to control. If we had no fear, all these conspiracies would wash over us and never even touch us because we'd be fearless. So if we can get rid of our fear, then it doesn't really affect us. Then we can be more effective in actually creating a world that doesn't, that's gentler and kinder and more caring and more supportive. That's what we want. So instead of being afraid of bad guys and the scary people who are trying to control us and getting upset and angry, because anger isn't a good approach. If you get angry and want to fight, part of the problem for the most part. Now, if you're all one-on-one, and right, there's a bully in your classroom and he's standing in the boys' room and he grabs everybody and shakes them down for their lunch money. All right, well, that's a point that probably needs violence. You may need to kick that guy. You may need to come in with a stick and wrap him upside the head. There are one-on-one cases like that where violence is the right answer. I'm not an anti-violence guy. But when you're dealing with big social systems, whacking people with sticks and getting angry is not part of the solution. You see, it's just different. When you're dealing in bigger picture things, then the anger becomes dysfunctional. It just creates more fear. When you create more fearful people, you've just lowered the quality of consciousness that we have. You see, so that's the problem. When you're dealing with big institutionalized things, when you're talking about big social things, things that involve thousands of people, just carrying a big stick and whacking people makes everything worse. It just hardens all the attitudes of the people who are on the opposite side of whatever side you're on because you're trying to whack them with sticks. So they get harder, more resolute in whatever it is they're doing. They think of better ways to get back at you, and you think of better ways to get back at them, and it just goes on. That's the dance we've been doing for the last 200,000 years. We live under this warlord mentality, right? It's whoever has the power dominates, the other people. And we've been doing that now for 200,000 years, and we got to outgrow it. That's the point. So you don't outgrow it by killing that nasty dictator, because you'll just get another nasty dictator that'll be there. And okay, you get a nice guy. That nice guy, if he's lucky, he'll live for a few years. But somebody will eventually, knock him off, or he'll get old and die, and get another nasty dictator. Well, okay, in the big picture, what have you done? Well, you've made it a little nicer for a short period of time because you got rid of that nasty guy, put in a nice guy. But until we grow up as a species, until we find gentleness and kindness and caring in the human population, then those things are going to just keep happening because they represent the quality of consciousness of human beings. Quality of consciousness of human beings, they're full of fear. And when you're full of fear, what do? Well, you look out for number one. You get self-centered. It's all about me and mine and my family and what I want. And that's what you do when you're fearful. You circle the wagons, you get out your guns and get out your swords of truth, and you fight. But that's not the solution. The solution is that we raise the quality of consciousness in human beings. And if we do that, all those nasty dictators will just disappear. They will go away because they have no power if we're not afraid of them.